Megan and I are going to jump right on the topic of decks and proposals because our second session, decks and proposals, I think is probably the most misunderstood area from what I've seen in sponsorships. Often what happens is a racer might find someone in marketing department or with the term marketing on a business card, and they give that person a deck or a proposal or a marketing material, or they give them whatever they have and they think it's the same thing. Everybody thinks decks are proposals and proposals are decks. They're not. They're very different. Decks and proposals are very different things. And let's make sure we have Megan back on here. I know that she's calling in. She's there. Okay. I'm getting a thumbs up. There she is. All right. So we'll go into a little bit more detail, but on decks and proposals, Megan's going to teach us how to write them, but I'm going to go over real quick. This is kind of how it works. Is a deck gets attention. A deck is what you want to use to start a conversation. It's what you want to use to meet somebody. And it's not used to sell because you don't, like Joe was saying, you know, some guy walks up and says, give me $5. Why? You don't sell somebody something unless they know who you are, you know them. It's like a proposal. You don't want to propose to somebody that you've never met. You propose to someone you've dated for a while and you know them, then the proposal can start a relationship. So the deck is a colorful document. It tends to have a lot of photos. The deck will have, it can even be a link. It can even be a video. Decks are eye candy. It's what you use to attract interest in your program to get that conversation started. Once the conversation started and the relationship is developed, then you can start to get to know the brand and what the brand wants and how you can help the brand. And then it's time to write an official proposal. And in the proposal, you'll list the deliverables that you can offer, what you can do for that brand, the company, and you'll try to put a value to them. We're going to go into valuations later as well, because you don't write a proposal based upon what you need. Like our panelists were just saying, you write a proposal based upon the value to the company that you're presenting to. And so proposals are typically Word documents. They are text. And you have to be careful with proposals because sometimes proposals, the text in a proposal gets cut and pasted and it becomes part of the legal document in a Schedule A. Because when I say legal document, I mean when you have an official sponsorship, it's a contract, and in that contract, it'll state how much they're paying you and what you're giving back. Well, the text from the proposal often is cut and pasted into the contract. So you want to be very careful. It could be legally binding what you're showing. So Megan, what did I miss? I'm kind of trying to go off the top of my head here. We're going to go into more detail now, the line items that go into a deck and a proposal. Do you have something to add before we go into that?
No, what? I just want to highlight like what you said. The deck should talk about the assets, and so we're going to go over that in the next session. And I love how Eric said that you should ask questions about what their goals are and what the campaigns are that they have coming up, and to come to them as a solution to their problem, not as, hey, I need your product in order to race. So approaching it with ROI, I love what Eric and Joe and all the guys said about that earlier. And so I do just also want to add, and Alex, this came directly from your book. These are my notes that I have from your book. You said, don't send the deck until you have the marketing director's name and title. You don't just want to send out decks to every single company out there to whatever email address they have listed on their website or their contact form. You want to make sure you actually know exactly who you're sending it to, and hopefully have had a conversation with them before you send the deck about their goals and everything, so that way you know exactly what to include into it. And